Hello and welcome to Coco's Crochet. This is Coco and I'm Litsa, and we'd like to invite you to look at our latest yarn haul. Coco would just like to say woof woof to all of her friends that have been sending her messages, and right now she's ready for another little rest. She's just had a chicken afternoon tea and she's going to just stay down there while we have a chat. Okay, see you all later. Thank you again for joining us. Yesterday, Coco and I decided that it was a shopping day, so off I went to Spotlight, hoping that there might be something there that was a little bit special. I hadn't read about any particular sales, but I just had a feeling that I needed to go. And lucky I did, because they had a 40% off sale on all the Jolly and Joy yarn, which screams, buy me, buy me, buy me. Look at this sequin yarn. I guess this is a novelty yarn. I love these colors and I had to buy them because of course we've been talking about Christmas, and I thought, imagine what you can make with these. When I first saw them and I felt them, I thought they're quite squishy and maybe I could make a wearable out of them. But I didn't go ahead with buying anything to make something, for example, like a shawl, because I wanted to test it out first, because I've never actually worked with sequin yarn before. So I'll give you some of the stats about this yarn. So basically, I've got my little piece of paper here. It is a 100 gram ball and is made up of 56% acrylic and 44% polyester. It comes in a 145 meter ball, which I think equates to around 160 yards, I'm guessing. Please don't quote me on that. It does say that we need to cool wash and dry flat. It is made of 2 strands of yarn, and I will show it to you now. One is obviously the string with all the sequins on it, and the other one has this fuzzy, it's got a bit of a halo attached to it. It doesn't really split when you work with it, surprisingly. Isn't that great how you get a little rainbow as well off the sequence with the light? So I hope you can all see that, because I don't know what the light's like. Anyway, I think you get the gist of it. I think it's around an 8 ply because it asks for a 5mm hook, but I did work up something to show you because I just couldn't wait. And I used a 6mm hook, which I found was perfect, especially for the way that I crochet, because I am a little bit of a tight crocheter. Now, when I started to think what would I make with it, I knew that I would have to use a stitch that wasn't fancy at all, because this is a very fancy yarn. So we had to highlight the yarn and also give it room for the sequins to, you know, not be squished together. So originally I thought I'd use the US double crochet, or treble in the UK terminology. And then I played with it and I wasn't very happy with the way it looked. It still looked a little bit squished. So then I decided to go to my go-to. I love the V-stitch. And this is what has resulted from that. Can you see how beautiful it is? Because it's got enough space in between for the sequins to poke through, and just enough, I guess, you know, the fabric still comes out, you know, it comes out in a nice, like it's not too holey or anything like that. So you can produce something that's, you know, quite dense, but not too dense, obviously, because we can't do that. Now, I have to tell you, this is definitely not a yarn that I would put against my skin, but it will definitely be something that I use for decoration. The next row I'm going to put on is the green. So imagine, you know, that we've stacked them up like that, and then repeat it over and over again. One ball gets me to almost 9 rows. We're using my 6mm hook, or J hook, for my attention. I did play yarn chicken with the ball though, and I was about 10 stitches off. So I went into another ball, because I did buy 7 balls of each because I plan to use 6 balls in the blanket, which is what this is going to be now, or a throw. And then I wanted the spare one to do a little border around it. Lucky I bought the extra ball, although I would have just taken it down to 5 balls. That's fine, because I'm not working to a specific pattern where if I run out there's an issue. But it would be nice to make it as big as possible so you can cover a nice area and use it for decoration. But as I was working with it, I thought this would be beautiful if you actually have a big Christmas tree and you might want to put a Christmas skirt around it. I've seen a lot of people make them and they look awesome. I'm at that stage where I don't really have a big tree anymore. I have a little tree around the house. All my children are grown, and as I've said before, no grandbabies yet, so I'm in that transitional period where I don't really need a big tree, but I like to have a tree around. So they're just a couple of suggestions, you know, with this yarn. I'm sure you guys can come up with many, many more. And if you have worked with sequin yarn before, please let me know what you've used it for, because it is something that is absolutely beautiful. I love sparkle and I could not resist. And also for me, that I needed to touch it and feel it and play with it and work something up, because I love using different yarn. I get excited when I have slightly different fiber to work with than just your mainstream acrylics, although they're my go-tos obviously. But you know, like, because this will limit you a little bit, you know. It is a yarn that you couldn't use. You know, the novelty yarns are something that, you know, they are a little bit limiting, but they are definitely beautiful and very decorative. I did buy a few, 1 ball in purple, 1 ball in blue, 1 ball in pink, and 1 ball in grey, because I want to use those with another strand to make some scrunchies. So when I make those, you know, like hair ties, when I make those, I'll show you. I think they will come up very, very pretty. And being in the hair, well, you know what I just thought? I hope they don't get caught in your hair. So maybe I should make one, do a trial in my hair and let you know how it goes. Yes, that'll be the plan. Okay, now the only disappointing thing about just 1 ball, and I haven't come across it, well, I haven't really used that much. The red yarn had a whole string, maybe 50 centimeters, which equates to, I guess, around 20 inches of no sequence at all. So I was a little bit sad about that, but I moved on. I cut it and I tied it, and it's very simple to tie because the sequins just stick together and then that's it. It doesn't move. And the other thing too, which was very surprising, is that if you have to frog it a little bit, if you do it very gently, it works fine. So because when I did the little swatch with just the single crochet, double crochets, I thought, oh, I don't want to lose that amount of yarn, so I didn't make a very big swatch. But it didn't get stuck, which was great. So I was able to unravel it. The one thing I didn't dare do is do a middle pull, because I thought if I try to pull that out and then it just gets stuck, I don't want to lose all that yarn. So I didn't even contemplate doing that at all. So I've been using the outside of the ball to, you know, to work up the little throw that I'm making. And the other thing that I did buy is, oh my goodness, it's just so beautiful. I've just got to reach over one sec. I bought some tinsel yarn. Isn't this gorgeous? I got it in these two. I got it in the gold, the green, and then I got a red and also a silver. And these ones, when I looked at them, I thought these are a must. I just have to buy them. Everything Christmas in my mind. And then when I brought them home, I thought, oh my goodness, I have to try them around the stars. And look at this. It just brought them to the next level as far as I'm concerned anyway. So I had to quickly put one together for you guys to see and tell me what you think. But I'm loving it. I'm not going to lie, I'm absolutely loving it, because now I'm thinking the markets are so close to Christmas that maybe I should have a little section just Christmas and then another section where it's just, you know, like mainstream. So I was so happy when I saw the result. And being this yarn, I would never, ever, ever, ever attempt to use this tinsel yarn to make a project with it, because I value my sanity. So as a trim, absolutely perfect. I only bought 4 balls, and I'm sure that it'll go pretty far, because I think they're about Oh, they're 50-gram balls, and they're about 100 meters, just close to that. But the beautiful thing is that because I did go on a sale day, I only paid $1.50 for those balls and $3.60 for the sequin yarn. I thought that was an absolute bargain. So I did buy 3 sevens of 21 and 4, so 25 of the sequin yarn and 4 of the tinsel yarn. So that'll keep me going for a little while for sure. If any of you have any ideas for either yarn, I would love to hear it, because, you know, like, I'm sure there's other things that I haven't considered at all, because I've only just bought it. I played with it last night. I crocheted a little bit in the cart today because I wanted to get to the green so I can show you the 3 colors together, but I didn't get that far, but that's okay. I'll show it to you when I, finish it, or as I'm working on it. And I will definitely have a scrunchie ready for you during the week in my podcast, so that we, I can have a little chat to you about it, whether it got stuck in my hair or not. I hope it doesn't, because I think they will look so pretty. So that's pretty much it for today. I just wanted to let you know what my recent yarn haul was. I am going to call these novelty yarns, because I haven't really ever purchased anything other than like yarns with glitter in them, which I thought were very fancy, but these are next level fancy. So thank you once again for watching. I hope you're all well, and I shall see you very soon in another video. Take care. Bye bye.